The Everblooms at the Big A. Sky high, track announcer John Embrial, the press box, the stewards, and beneath it, the sloppy main track, and one turf race on today's card. The featured 7th race on this second Thursday of the fall meet. We hope you're dry, we hope you're warm, and no sloppy track blues over the next half hour. Richard Migliore, Jason Blewitt on our second Thursday, day 7 this fall at the Big A, Mig.
Yeah, I mean, we've had so much good weather. We can't complain about a little bit of rain, and the racing's still been terrific, and it looks like we're going to have a real nice weekend. Always something to look forward to at Aqueduct.
Yeah, we'll get the Red Smith in the mix, a $200,000 Saturday late pick 4, and how about some American Pharaoh talk as we kick off the show. Sportsman for Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year up for grabs. He's currently second in the voting with over 38,000 votes. Even in retirement, the Triple Crown winner continues to transcend all sorts of boundaries with the racing game.
Well, I think it just underscores just how difficult the Triple Crown is and how people recognize it. And it is just such a historic feat. 37 years in the waiting. Was that the first one you saw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 4 months old when a firm won in '78.
So, you know, I was starting to think you might have jinxed it, like you're to the drought, you know.
Yeah.
But
Blewitt, right?
No.
Never heard that before. But no, American Pharaoh, got the producer laughing as well. But anyway, it's amazing, and it really is awesome, the amount of attention that he's brought to the game. He was that good.
You know, I go back to me as a young boy watching Henry Aaron break Babe Ruth's home run record. I wasn't much of a baseball fan. I was more of a casual observer. But I knew it was something special, and it's something that stayed with me, made me more of a baseball fan, although hockey will never replace that. But I hope that's what it did, the Triple Crown did for people that were casual observers of racing, that they realized they were witnessing something great.
Yeah, I think it's a multifaceted discussion and something in which we'll be feeling the feel-good vibes down the road in many aspects of the industry. Now, stop us if you've heard this one before. Patrick Valenzuela, the jockey, is launching yet another comeback, set to ride at Fairgrounds this winter. He's now 53, and he plans to be back in the saddle day 2 of their fall meet, Saturday, November 20th.
Yeah, it seems like Groundhog Day, right? You know, when have we seen this act before? You know, obviously, wish him luck, but what do they say? The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. Here was a lot of wasted talent. When he looks back on his career, I wonder if he'll look back with the regret knowing he could have accomplished so much more. Now, the only thing an athlete can ask of himself is that he leaves it all out there. And if you can look back on your career and say, you know what, I did the best with the gifts that God gave me, then you can hold your head up with pride. I think Pat Valenzuela would have to do a lot of soul-searching in that department.
And in contrast, I think Pat Edery accomplished his career on the racetrack on both coasts and really all over the world, and really put to good use the skill set and natural-born talents that he was born with, and won just about every race you'd want to win, and we're certainly still sad about his passing a few days ago.
Yeah, I think 63 is way too young, but somebody that had a hard time finding fulfillment in his life after his riding career was over. And it is a big void. This is something you want to do from the time you're little. You start training to do it, and it isn't something you do. It becomes your whole life. But certainly a guy that was brilliant, won not only the big races, but won a lot of races, second only to Sir Gordon Richards, I believe, in number of wins in Europe.
In British flat races. And talk about big wins. Let's go back 30 years. The Call, the Ride, the Filly, Pebbles in the '85 BC Turf right here at Aqueduct.
Carry just 4 lengths off the lead, and Pebbles, she'll need racing room. She's in tight toward the rail, just 3 lengths off the lead as the field moves into the final turn. It's still Teleprompter, who's for dinner in Greenton. They're both chasing him now. Persian Tiara right there on the outside, Strawberry Road. Danger's Hour between horses, looming boldly in 6th position. Pebbles still needs racing room. She's just 3 lengths off the lead. Then it's Theatrical and Lashkari as the field turns for home. Greenton charging after Teleprompter. Pebbles with racing room now, and a daring move by Pat Edery, and Pebbles has taken the lead. It's Pebbles now in front. Strawberry Road coming after her from the outside. Strawberry Road and Pebbles, they're dueling to the finish. Pebbles is game and determined. Strawberry Road driving hard. They're running out of ground. England Super Filly. Pebbles has won it.
Cagey ride from Pat Edery, the first of his 2 Breeders' Cup wins, getting it aboard, as Tom Durkin said, England Super Filly, Pebbles.
Pebbles. He followed Strawberry Road with Steve Cawthon. I followed Edery, wound up third. I had a beautiful front row seat to an incredible ride by Pat Emery. You think about the star power in that race. Angel Cordero, George Velasquez, Lester Piggott, Steve Cawthon, Pat Emery. I mean, Lafitte Pink-Eye, one after another after another.
That laid the foundation 30 years ago as to what the Breeders' Cup was and what it still is. I mean, over a quarter century later, we say rest in peace, Pat Emery, and we do get to today's action here at Aqueduct as we head to race number 3. Sheikh Mohammed, who, if I'm not mistaken, was the owner of Pebbles, the Darley Silks for Sheikh Mohammed. He took on Chad Brown. Chad had 2, Godolphin's got 1, and Johnny I has got the call of Thursday's 3rd.
And they're off, and it was a hesitant beginning for number 2, Sally Ride. Sally Ride is last as they head up the chute. Say Sin Sin has the early lead with Regia Marina now moving up to challenge. Say Sin Sin, Regia Marina, they're right together. High Ridge Road right behind in 3rd. A Few Good Friends is next in 4th, and on the outside is Sophronia, and down at the rail now, Sally Ride continues to make up a few spots. Sally Ride has advanced into 4th. The leader is Regia Marina by 3/4 of a length over Say Sin Sin. Then it's a break of 2. High Ridge Road, Sally Ride right together, 3rd and 4th. A Few Good Friends in 5th, and Sophronia is the trailer. Regia Marina has the lead here by a length. The quarter, 23 seconds. The half in 46 and 3. Say Sin Sin in 2nd with Sally Ride down at the rail. And on the outside is High Ridge Road. At the back are A Few Good Friends and Sophronia. All chasing Regia Marina, who leads now by 2 lengths. Say Sin Sin's under the whip. Sally Ride to her inside. High Ridge Road on the outside. And the field heads for home. Regia Marina in front with High Ridge Road giving chase in 2nd. Then Sally Ride and Say Sin Sin. It's Regia Marina in front by 2. High Ridge Road is getting closer. Regia Marina, here's High Ridge Road to take the lead and win it. 3/4 of a length. Regia Marina was 2nd. Farther back, Say Sin Sin and Sally Ride.
Where is the wire? If Regia Marina could talk, I think that is what she would shout out. She's on that inside lead and just refuses to get it done as High Ridge Road picks her off late.
Yeah, and her 5th second from 8 career starts, it makes you start wondering if she's just not a very polite horse and she doesn't go, no, after you, please go ahead. But High Ridge Road, only her 3rd starts, never run a bad race, got the right setup. And for me, I really felt like, although maybe you'll disagree, that towards the outside might have been slightly better. I don't think it was a pronounced bias, but I think horses out in the clear were doing slightly better.
I do wonder if it, though, is sort of just, by nature of off-track races where guys tend to stay off the inside and it gives that illusion.
Well, it's a good point, and we're going to see a race later on that a horse comes back along the rail, so maybe that blows that theory out of the water.
Well, good. I thought there was a slight outside edge. Not disagreeing with you. You can draw your own conclusions as we move 3 races later into the program. Chad Brown, by the way, the winning trainer of High Ridge Road for Martin Schwartz. Here's Stay Tuned for Chris Engelhard, who had a nice 1-2 punch in the race with Captain Moss and the favorite, Johnny I, as we get that late pick 4 underway.
And they're off. Forest Boy, Captain Moss, H-Man down at the rail. It's H-Man and Captain Moss heads apart for the lead, and the gray Piloting sits just off them in 3rd. Stay Tuned is running in 4th. Then We Miss Anthony in 5th. Forest Boy broke well, but is back in 6th. Then it's 5 lengths to Fake Dreams, who trails the field in 7th. The opening quarter mile was 22 and 3/5 seconds in the slop, with H-Man down on the inside leading by a head. Captain Moss in between horses. Piloting's on the outside, and the favorite Stay Tuned just behind the front runners in 4th. Then a break of 3 to We Miss Anthony, and another 6 lengths to Forest Boy and Fake Dreams. Midway on the turn, H-Man at the rail. Captain Moss in between horses, Piloting on the outside, and Stay Tuned will be forced to go widest of all as the field hits the head of the stretch, the half, 45 and 3/5 seconds. H-Man, Captain Moss, Piloting, Stay Tuned, the 4 of them stacked across the track as they come down for the 8th pole. Stay Tuned now takes the lead. H-Man continues to battle on, then Captain Moss and piloting. And it will be Stay Tuned to win here over the sloppy going, and he won by 3. H-Man was second, piloting finished third, Captain Moss was fourth.
And there is that sort of wide outside flow. It did not hinder whatsoever the big favorite, Stay Tuned, who in a few races, in fact just 2, has really stepped up his game off the claim for Chris Englehart.
Yeah, he really has, and delivered a powerful performance here. And you made a comment to me earlier in the day that Kendrick Carmouche is going to have a big winter. Well, I think you're 1,000,000% correct. Here's a guy that can ride. He paid his dues last year, and he's gotten a real strong foothold in showing people that he's a real good rider.
He's got the lay of the land of the Big A, picked up a very live 4-year-old by Fusaichi Pegasus, still standing at Ashford at Coolmore, Kentucky, along with American Pharaoh and Uncle Mo. And with Stay Tuned winning, we say, what an idea. Stay tuned. We have got a lot more Thursday Insider, including a rare and elusive turf race, coming your way.
Now you can enjoy your favorite pro and fantasy football teams while playing the races in style, as Longshots welcomes back NFL Sunday Ticket. With over 400 HD TVs, 270 individual carols, a full-service sports bar and food menu, Longshots is the place to catch all the great racing and football action. So come on out, bring your friends, bring your league to Longshots, located on the 2nd floor at Aqueduct.
And time to break once again from the starting gate. We'll have it positioned in just a few seconds, but don't worry, that starting gate crew will have it up and running and out of the way by the time the field thunders off the far turn and flies past the quarter pole. And in a way, we're far above the finish line. Just segment 2 of 3 on Insider with Jason Blewitt, Richard Migliore. We love the game, so we're glad there's plenty of show left. And are you amazed at how quickly and efficient the starting gate crew is at just getting things cleared up after the horses break from the gate?
It really is an amazing job that they do. They work seamlessly together, and we're really aware of it when we watch the races from the infield in Saratoga on the turf. You don't have a lot of time, and the starting gate crew and the maintenance crew do an amazing job to make sure they have everything moved and out of the way for the field to travel by safely.
And we've got some symmetry forthcoming in this upcoming race, in fact, at the Big A. The featured 7, some top riders, in fact, a few of the better riders in the Aqueduct County, some solid horses, some top trainers. Let's see what Johnny I saw from the booth as we send it to the backside run out of the gate for race 7.
They go out for the early lead. Chocolatier pokes ahead in front with Pine Needles racing in second. Then it's Kitsy's Rocket. Bishop's Pond was in tight there. Bishop's Pond in tight down at the rail. Queen's Parade is racing in fourth, and at the back are Bishop's Pond and Serious Happiness. Chocolatier a little right there as they come for the top of the stretch for the first time, but Chocolatier is the leader with Queen's Parade on the outside of Kitsy's Rocket. The opening quarter over the yielding turf in 25 and 4/5 seconds. Chocolatier leads by a length. Queen's Parade second by a head. Kitsy's Rocket down at the rail in third. Then Pine Needles in fourth, followed by Bishop's Pond and Serious Happiness at the back. Under the line, Chocolatier leads by a little more than a length, with Queen's Parade and Kitsy's Rocket right together, second and third. They make the move now into the clubhouse turn, and Chocolatier continues to lead here. Ran a half in 51 and 1. Chocolatier by a length. Queen's Parade second by a half length, and Kitsy's Rocket is on the inside in third. Then a break of 3 to Pine Needles in fourth, 4 more to Bishop's Pond, and 6 more to Serious Happiness. They're midway up the backstretch. Chocolatier has been in front right from the start, continues to lead here by 3/4 of a length over Queen's Parade, with Kitsy's Rocket running in third. Farther back, Pine Needles. Then Bishop's Pond and Serious Happiness. They head for the far turn. Chocolatier is holding on to the lead, maintaining that 1-length advantage over Queen's Parade. Chocolatier now gets clear by a length and a half. Queen's Parade in second. Kitsy's Rocket is third as they head for home, and it is a Chocolatier in front by 2. Queen's Parade is all out in second. Pine Needles on the outside of Kitsy's Rocket. Chocolatier leads now by 5 lengths. Pine Needles, Queen's Parade, right together. Chocolatier in front. And the French bred, Chocolatier, wins over the soft ground here. Chocolatier won by 3.5. Pine Needles was second, Queen's Parade third.
Here we go, Mig, under the, or at least around the far turn for the first of a couple of times. Take us through with Kendra Carmouche and the French bred Chocolatier.
Notice how the filly's fighting him a little bit, kind of got her head up in the air, a little bit rank. I thought Kendrick Carmouche did a terrific job of getting her to settle, slowly got it to put his hands down, release the pressure from her mouth, and she just got in a beautiful rhythm. And you can just see the difference in the head carriage from the top of the stretch to here coming under the wire the first time. And when we talk about hands, Jason, when a rider has good hands, it's a matter of giving and taking. You can't continually take from a horse. At some point, you got to give in. I thought this was subtly a terrific ride by Kendrick Carmouche.
And he's a strong finisher to boot, and his skill set, I think the sum of his skills on display here in this 11-furlong trip and ride. And did we see this just last weekend with the French-bred Goldiest Pony for the same trainer in Chad Brown with her upset wire-to-wire win in the Long Island?
Well, I think it speaks to Kendrick's clock in his head, and you know, I've talked about this at length at times. I think he's one of a small select group of riders that has a terrific clock in his head, is not afraid to seize the initiative, take the lead in a race because he can control the pace. He's got good hands. That was on display here. Obviously a strong finisher. You know, I know it sounds like it's an infomercial for Kendrick Carmouche, but when a guy rides good and I'm impressed, I'm going to say it, and I am impressed.
And he got the lay of the land, hands down, last winter here at the Big A. It'll serve him well going forward as we go forward. In fact, one race later on the card, kicking off an all-main, all-slop late double with Johnny I and the call of this 2-lifetime 40-claimer.
On the outside, it's Little Popsy and Andrews Got Zip. Uncharted Course came away racing in third, and Proletariat is next in fourth, with Sharifko running in fifth, 2.5 lengths. Back to Dean Verdile in sixth. Madrus on the outside in seventh. Then it's Bowtie Affair, and Pancakes and Batter was off slow, is down on the inside and racing ninth. Little Popsy, 3/4 of a length over Andrews Got Zip through a quarter in 22 3/5 seconds. Uncharted Course on the outside in third. Then it's Proletariat in fourth. Sharifko is fifth, 4 lengths from the front. Madrus begins to pick it up, but still with a lot to do and will be forced to go wide. Pancakes and Batter is next, followed by Dean Verdile and Bowtie Affair. The half in 46-1. The field is in the stretch, and here's Uncharted Course now to take over the lead. Uncharted Course in front, Little Popsy and Andrews Got Zip down towards the rail. Then comes Proletariat and Madrus. It's Uncharted Course on to victory here. Won by 3.5. Andrews Got Zip got second. Little Popsy was third, and Proletariat finished fourth.
This has been a 2 for Thursday so far at the Big A. We've got a couple wins for Chad Brown and a couple wins already for Chris Engelhardt, who, Mig, after this win in the 8th, is now 5 for 11 at the meet.
Well, you can just see this horse really enjoying the going. He looks so smooth, gliding over it. And once again, a little bit drawn towards the outside, but you know, we're going to talk more about that for sure. Chris Engelhardt, a guy that does a terrific job. All the Engelhardts. It's a horse racing family, and they do good at Finger Lakes, but they also do good now on a bigger stage.
And he's pretty streaky at times. When he gets hot, those wins come in bunches, and not a guy to be readily throwing out over the next few cards here at the Big A. Javier Castellano at nearly $20, by the way, in the 8th, as we see and check out everything else that happened on the second Thursday of the fall meet at Aqueduct. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 9. Some big prices and a little Johnny I off the quarter pole.
Irish Cat will swing to the outside for the run into the stretch. And here comes Irish Cat, who easily goes by the front runners. Irish Cat drawing away in the stretch. Then Nicholson, Baldonnel, and Kremlin. Irish Cat on to victory here as the even money favorite. Nicholson second, Baldonnel was third. The quarter pole, Lots of Noodles has taken the lead from Liberty Fuse. Bounty Pink is right there on the outside, so it's Lots of Noodles and Bounty Pink. Lots of Noodles weaving there a bit on the stretch. Lots of Noodles on the inside and Bounty Pink on the outside. Lots of Noodles holding off Bounty Pink. Now is 16th out. It's Lots of Noodles with the lead. Bounty Pink in second. Lots of Noodles by 2. Bounty Pink was second. Farther back, Liberty Fuse and Rock Show. 2 5 seconds. Rhodey Rendezvous has dropped out of it. Little Miss Julia challenged here by Done Listening. Done Listening and Little Miss Julia. And they are heads apart with Midnight Bounty in third and on the inside. Now there's a 16th out. Little Miss Julia has repelled the challenge of Done Listening. It's Little Miss Julia in front. A big price here at 24-1. And it's a three-way photo for second among Done Listening, the late closing Just Enough Dior, and Midnight Bounty. 2. And here's Prophet's Cat on the outside. Jim 2 and Mr. Canada, those two duke it out here in the stretch. Jim 2 on the outside, Mr. Canada on the inside. Prophet's Cat and Transcend giving chase. Here comes Prophet's Cat up on the outside to challenge the front runners. Prophet's Cat, Jim 2, Mr. Canada, those three come down to the wire together. Prophet's Cat got it at 15-1. Close for second. Jim 2 Eames now challenged by Your Credit Is Good on the outside. Down towards the rail is Bubba Zena and Just Enough Laughter. They're moving for the 8th pole. And Your Credit Is Good has now taken the lead. Your Credit Is Good on the inside. Barrel of Dreams trying to come back again. Your Credit Is Good. Barrel of Dreams not done yet. Barrel of Dreams. Your Credit Is Good. Ahead, Bob. Was it Barrel of Dreams or Your Credit Is Good? A photo.
Career start number 15. They turn for home. Your Credit Is Good. Second choice at 9-5. At the 8th pole, you would have taken 2-5 on her, right?
It looked like basically it was over. Your Credit Is Good was going on to victory. And if you subscribe to what I was thinking, being a little bit outside was good, well, no, it was not meant to be. As the 6-horse Barrel of Dreams under Kendrick Carmouche for one of the good guys, John Hurtla, fights back to get the nod.
Yeah, is that Cappy's second look today, boys? With the, there we go. We'll take the binocs out, much like Johnny I had earlier in the booth. And we'll look at Kendrick Carmouche getting his 3rd win on the day with this filly, in fact. I think she's by Not For Love, and she just refused to back down. By Not For Love out of the old Broad Brush mare, wide barrel, and I really feel bad, and we send out our Aqueduct Insider condolences. Somebody was alive with the 2, Your Credit Is Good, the only one covered in the pick 6 for the entire pool.
Ah, what a tough beat, and our heart does go out to whoever that was. And it was interesting, the 2-horse was hanging on her left lead for almost the entire length of the stretch, where Barrel of Dreams had switched properly, but then very late, the 2-horse, Your Credit Is Good, switched to her right lead somewhat awkwardly, and it almost looked like that slowed her down a bit. She might have been better off if she just hung on her left lead. What a tough beat.
Getting dark outside when they hit the wire at around 4:20 p.m. And long story short, a carryover, double carryover of $66,000. We've talked quite a bit about Kendrick Carmouche on tonight's show. He did ride 3 wins today, or 3 winners, and he sits atop the jockey standings with plenty of racing to go in this short meet with 10 victories. Pablo Fragoso picked up a win today, and Erod Ortiz had a couple of victories as well. Junior Alvarado, Javier Castellano also had some scores along with Taylor Rice. And on the trainer front, we are blowing by that, and let's move on to the claims. A couple claims out of race number 2, including Bounty Pink, reclaimed by Linda Rice, and Antonino Muccio. You say it better than I do. By Drew claim for 40 G's by Mike Maker, and the Ramseys out of race number 8. And I promise I will let the MIG talk in our 3rd and final segment as we preview tomorrow's big Pick 6 carryover from South Ozone Park, Queens. Chris, our cameraman, big Islanders fan, loves to play some video games, real good guy, does a great job, shoots the camera well, and in fact, we've got a bunch of talented cameramen working here, maybe none more polished than John Mazzy, right?
Oh, absolutely. John is my man, and heck of a touch football player.
I know he is. Let's move on to the action regarding Friday's preview. Race number 8, high-priced allowance optional claimer. The girls went 11 today. The boys will go the 11 furlongs tomorrow. And Shug's got one on the improve and fire away.
And isn't that the way it always seems to be with Shug? His horses continually improve over a career. You made the comment this horse really found a home when he started stretching out to these marathon distances. Mile and 3 furlongs right in his wheelhouse. He's run well on good ground. Let's see how he'll handle a little bit softer ground tomorrow.
Man, expectations have been high from day one for the 2-horse Morgano. He's a full to Barbaro.
Yeah, well, of course, a lot of pressure when you're the full to somebody great, but Mrs. Mays had 9 children. She only had 1 Willie. Morgano, though, looks like he'll handle the soft ground. If he runs his Red Smith race that we're watching here, where he was 3rd, back tomorrow, he's going to be very, very tough to beat in this field.
And some serious pedigrees. Not only do you have the full to Barbaro, you've got Jay Gatsby for Joe Allen in the green and white in his American debut. He's a 3-year-old by Giants Causeway, and he's a half to Warfront.
Yeah, and Warfront obviously making a big splash at stud. Jay Gatsby didn't run so well last time on the soft ground in the Hill Prince. Now, was it the Hill Prince because it was a tougher field, or was it soft ground? He gets Chris DiCarlo back, which I think is a plus. I'm not sure about the mile and 3 furlongs on soft ground.
All right, he'll get the outside post. We'll see what the course condition is. And Andy Serling with the Friday card off. Do we have Andy standing by? Just Miss Maggie, our favorite Maryland bred. Who do you like, Maggie?
Well, guys, I'm staying out of the rain, thankfully, here in the office as we take a look at the Friday card. Friday the 13th, nonetheless. And I'll focus in on race number 9. You're going to have to hang around for this New York bred maiden claimer for the 2-year-olds going the mile distance. A horse that I have been a fan of, though he's done little running so far in his 3 career starts, is number 1, Crea Can Do here for trainer Mike Dilger. He's a good-looking son of Dublin, and 2, I've known that he wants to go longer, but I think he wants to go longer on the dirt. So he's returning to the main track tomorrow, and I think it's going to do the trick, and obviously the drop in class is going to be the major helping factor for Crea Can Do, as he's your paddock insider for tonight. Jay, Mig, back to you guys.
We say Crea Can Do, and Maggie will do in that 9th race winner tomorrow afternoon. Go get that 66K pick 6 carryover for the Mig and myself. We say, let's go Rangers at the Garden against the Blues, and we'll see you tomorrow night right here on MSG+.